Oh man, I haven't done this in a while. So you know what I forgot to do?
You got it. What?
You know what I forgot to do? I know folks can hear us. And so it reminds me of the first time you went live. You remember the first time you went live?
Man.
On your own?
What are you doing?
Remember the first time we went live, you forgot to take off the overlay. And so remember you and King Manners are having a discussion trying to figure out how to take it off.
Oh yeah, when I first did locked in.
Yeah, exactly. And so this kind of reminded me of that moment. I was like, oh, I forgot to do that. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
You the producer this time. What's up, everybody? Yeah, exactly. So yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? I know you guys haven't seen me on the screen in a long time. And even Daniel even longer, I think, man. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, it's definitely been a hot minute. Look at that, the OGs for sure. And so for those who are tuning in for the very first time, my name is Daniel Castillo. I am the creator of Heart in a Fight. This is my man. He's also a co-owner of Heart in a Fight, Wero. But you also know him as the hard-hitting Wero from Streetbeefs West Coast, who puts people to sleep.
Yeah.
Right?
When I can breathe.
On his off,
I can breathe.
So on his off nights, right? On his off nights, he knocks people out. On his good nights, he puts people to the hospital or even retires them. And so he has that kind of effect. And so I'm glad to have him on the show to bring him back out of retirement. I don't even want to call it retirement. It's a hiatus. And so I'm glad to bring him back so we can talk a little bit about Streetbeefs West Coast, some of the activity, because there's been a lot going on. But before we get there, how you been?
Love you too, Brick. I'm good. I love you too, Brick. I'm good, man. I'm doing all right. Sunshine, we missed the shit out you too. Uh, doing okay. Like, quit my job last week, so it's been a little rough there. My boss is just being, honestly, just being a dick. And I mean, they paid me well, and I think they thought that if they pay me well, I'll just stick around because of that. But that shit was annoying. So I quit and found another job. I started next Wednesday, my new job. So that's pretty much been what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll be soon running with the heavyweights, man. I don't think I'll be up there around 265, but I'm gonna start jumping in the ring, you know, with the heavyweights here soon. I'm gonna jump around, see if I can get that title. See if I can grab me a boxing title of some sort. I'm gonna make a run soon. I'm gonna make a run, man. I'm gonna make a run. I'm gonna make a title run. I'm gonna go light heavyweight first, and then work my way up because it's gonna take me a while. I mean, I can't put on muscle like that anymore. I'm 40 years old, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you're not the only one. It seems like there's a ton of folks trying to go for the straps. And then recently they just put it the list of all the champs. I know exactly, right? I mean, there are going to be some who are just kind of like gatekeepers. There's nothing wrong with being gatekeepers. It's just, hey, you know, you're getting your fitness in, you're getting in there, you're testing yourself over and over and over. But there's going to be some folks who want to climb the ladder and want to get that strap. And it seems like you're one of those folks. You're not okay
Man,
just sticking around
for a little while. So for a little while, I mean, anybody who like knows me has been following me for the last 3 years or so. I hadn't trained. I just like to get in there and see what happens. And you know, when you don't train, you got a round in you. You know what I mean? And that's about it, because it gets pretty tiring in there. So you know, I don't train, and then you know, you got nights. You know, the night before a fight, you got me and guys like 619 just getting drunk and doing a bunch of coke and just whatever we want to do the night before a fight, because it's fun. I was just having fun, but you got to think in the past few months, I'm like, I'd like to make a legit run, get that, like Brick said, get that cardio up. My last fight against Cancer Kenny, I got my cardio up. I felt that's the best I've felt going into any fight. You know, I had cardio, had everything. I mean, obviously didn't pan out that well, but I didn't have jujitsu, so I guess I can't say I had everything. I have no ground.
Well, that's what it really was. Yeah, that's what it really was. I think once he took you down and he got full mount, it was hard. It was hard after that.
Hey, shout out Husky. My man drops by. Every time he drops by, he brings me a bottle of alcohol, bro. I do not drink this much, though. Really don't. This is like, this is months worth of alcohol right there. I don't drink like that no more.
And this is a dangerous thing. If Tank says he wants to be a gatekeeper, there's not going to be a lot of people going through that gate. let's just be honest, right? And so I'm not sure if I would even consider him or put him in that position. So Tank, he's definitely a challenge contender when he comes back fully in shape.
Man, he gets his weight where it needs to be, gets his cardio where it needs to be. He's a fucking problem for sure. He really, really is. You know, light heavyweight. I wouldn't want to see him at heavyweight. I don't know what he weighs right now. I know he was up there for a minute. I wouldn't want to see him at heavyweight. Yeah, absolutely, Scorpio. We can do that. Didn't we spar one time in the hot box? I'm pretty sure we sparred one time in the hot box. But
then what happened? I know folks don't really reveal what happens in practice, but what happened? Spill the beans.
I legitimately don't remember. I don't really spar. We just, I mean, I move around. I don't like sparring. I'm not a big fan of it. I just like to do the fighting part. Like, I figure if we're going to hit each other, let's hit each other really hard. You know what I mean? And there's no point in sparring and hurting your training partner. Like, that's a bad look regardless. I don't want I wasn't gonna say that, man. I was not gonna say that.
Yeah. You didn't have to reveal it. He did it for you. Okay, there we go.
I wasn't gonna say that. But
he wants to welcome you.
He might be gassing me up. He might be gassing me up right now, man. He might be. Who knows? Yeah.
But he wants to welcome you to the heavyweight division. Come on. All right.
Well, he knows it's just gonna be one round. It's just one round. You can survive one round, right? Yeah, I can survive one round, probably. Yeah, but and Samke, about me doing Muay Thai, I don't know, man. I'm definitely thinking I'm going to take another MMA fight, but Muay Thai, it's It fucking hurts, man. I'm 40 years old. I do not want to go
What's up,
kicking shin to
Diesel?
shin with people anymore, man. What's up, Diesel? How you doing, bro? Diesel about killed a guy last time he was here. That was
Yeah, in your yard.
fucking
In your
nuts, bro.
yard.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was nuts. Yeah, 195. Tank looking at 195. That's good, man. That's dope.
And
I like
so,
to see
speaking
a
about your
tank at like
yard,
170. Yeah.
oh, that's gonna be tough. The way he lifts, I mean, I don't know. Maybe like how do you, for someone like himself who does a lot of weight training, like how do you cut that much mass?
It's just all in your diet, like just protein
Gotcha.
heavy, very protein heavy. That way, when he is eating food, it goes to muscles, and that fat will burn. Like after a
Got you.
workout, you eat, and after that, you cut the rest of the day. But right after your workout, you make sure you cut. Also, like Diesel just said, right now, cardio is massively key too. I mean, if you're doing cardio and you're eating things with nutritional value, and nutritional value that's geared towards what your goal is. So, like I said, protein heavy. Then you'll cut, and a 170 tank looks like what's his nuts? Malik Ogun. A 170
Oh
tank
wow.
looks like that. Yeah, or like
Okay.
a
Wow.
smaller version of Bearded King. Like that's what a 170 tank looks like. He cracks too. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's evident in all his fights. He cracks. And so I can
Yeah,
only
he does.
imagine a
He does it
170
to people.
tank. Oh, he's gonna be dangerous. He is going to be
Mhm.
dangerous. But let's talk about, the hot box, right? You just said that,
Yeah.
Diesel almost killed a man in the hot box. And so what is the
Did.
future plans for the hot box?
Well, okay. So, if anybody who's been here, I have what they call an extremely shitty house. There's no other way to put it. It's a shit house. It is 100 years old. It's sitting on suspended floors, which means I have a crawl space under there, and the wood slats are about a half-inch thick. There's no insulation, so when it's it's Arizona, it gets 115, 118 degrees. It is 99 degrees in the house. So I got to put a bunch of portable units and stuff like that in there. And I bought the house when it was just me living there. I have two biological kids, and they bounce back and forth between their mom's house and my house. But I only had them every 2 weeks or so. You know what I mean? Or whenever I went over there and scooped them up. But they didn't stay at the house often enough for it to be an issue. So it was like a little project house for me. And then now I have my girlfriend Heather, which a lot of you have met, and 3 stepkids that live here, along with one of my oldest biological son. So like just 4 kids here plus her and I, it's 6 people in that house, and it's not a good family house. So we decided we're going to tear it down. So I'm having plans drawn up, and they're drawing them, and we're just because of what we want, it's got to be custom plans and everything like that. And we're keeping it small still, but they're drawing the plans up right now. I got to go through it and approve and red line a few things here, actually probably this weekend, and then we'll get them in the city and get that underway. But the hot box, the physical box itself, is moving. I know that was a lot of lead up for just a real quick easy question, but the hot box itself is moving. Again, if you've been here, you know where it sits. It's about 20 feet behind the house. We're actually going to move it, like in front of me right here, or behind me right here is the gym. And then we that is why, man. That is why I hit Bricks up like a year, like 2 or 3 years. He's been on my family plan for Apple Music because it was just me and two of my kids. But then everybody moved in, and I was like, bro, I got to take you off the family plan. He was like, it was good while it lasted. So we're going to move the hot box this direction toward the back of the house, a little closer to the gym and a little over that way, so we can open up the yard for everybody to kind of crowd around and then have room to maneuver and do their thing. And we'll set up a bunch of canopies and shit like that to make it a little easier. And the taco lady will make it easier for them. But yeah, Diesel just made a comment right now. Springboard still, and yes. So the goal is, and I'm not a fucking engineer, so I'm just winging this shit. So maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But the goal is to dig about a foot, maybe a foot and a half under the hot box where the sand is, and just pour a concrete slab in there, and then mount very heavy duty springs like you would see for like cars and shit like that. And I looked them up on Amazon. I can grab them they're not really even that expensive, and mount them on that concrete with rebar and everything poured into concrete. So they're permanent, and then put concrete board over that, mount concrete board over that on rails and everything like that. And then so it bounces. So it's kind of like, and put, dirt and potentially grass. I'm thinking just grass on top of it. But we could, that bug though for real. Why spiders? Like why? I don't get that. But yeah, so it bounces a little bit, like it moves. That when somebody gets slammed on it, it's not just dirt. That way when you're moving, you can feel it. I don't want it a lot. I mean, a half inch to an inch at the most. When people step in there, I want them to just be walking on it and it be normal. But I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do it all. But that's the goal when we move the hot box. So I mean, look out for that next year. It's not going to be done by the March event. I'm not going to do it until we actually tear the house down, and I'll move it and do it all at the same time. So the March event will be the same old cage, but I'll fix that one door that's been fucked up. I'll fix that.
That's missing.
that Malik and E7 flew through. So that's the future of the hot box. The hot box is going to get a new house, and the hot box is going to get a new cage. It's going to be the same. I'm doing the same thing. We're going to shove those posts in the ground. I'm going to put the pallets on them, but I'm going to see if I can do it a little cleaner and a little nicer this time. Last time I just slopped that bitch together in like a month because we had lost our cage. We're going to see what we can do with it. It's going to have the same feel. Once again, it'll be pallets and no advertisements. I really like the look of just your opponent, the ref. That's it. I just like that feel, and you can see people's heads popping over the top. That's about it. I like that feel, so that's what we're going to run with it.
Oh no, certainly. I think I like that look. But yeah, Diesel is certainly right. I actually got a scar from that door slamming right into me.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
That's a good thing, because you'll look down at a scar and you'll remember for the rest of your life. Like I have.
Yes, I will.
That too. Yep.
Yes.
Tank. Same look. The hot box is gonna look the same. Pallets, wood. I am probably gonna. You probably didn't notice it when you were here, but I singed the edges of the wood with a torch to kind of give it a little bit of that burned look. I'm gonna do that. The doors will not be tackle proof. They absolutely will not, because if it is an MMA match this time and somebody tackles somebody through a door, I mean, that shit just looks cool as shit. It really does. So, like, yeah.
Oh, you have many doors then. Have a couple of doors in there and just slam right into them. Yeah, 4 doors. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, that'd be just every opportunity to knock one all the shit. Yep, and we'll put Daniel behind all of them.
Yeah, exactly. Put a camera behind every single one of them. Yeah, it'd be the crash doors.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's good to know. That's good to know. And if that's the case, so we're getting a new look for the hot box. But does that mean are you going to continue to do some of the kind of more activities that y'all have been doing, like the Shark Tanks and the tournaments, or is that not going to happen as much?
Yeah. So I have March, was it July and September? Yeah, secret cage in the back. Yeah, like Tekken or Mortal Kombat, when you bust through something, you're fighting again. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we're doing YouTube Briggs, man. I miss Briggs, bro. I love Briggs. Briggs is one of my favorite dudes, man. He's so dope.
Yeah, I'm glad Briggs is back. So welcome back, Briggs. Because Briggs was missing for a bit. Yeah, welcome back.
We need to see you soon, big homie. We need to see you soon. And so yeah, I have March, July, and September. Those are my months. The Smoke Ranch has all the other months except November, December. November, December, we're looking to do like a barbecue or like a football, basketball day or something. I was gonna go up to Vegas and run that this time, but with me losing my job, I can't just be slanging money out there like that, you know. So but yeah, probably next year we might have it out here next December, a year from now. But yeah, we'll have those 3 events, and the March event is always just a normal event, but I try to make it as many people that want to be here as possible. But right now, I'm talking to the people who run Strelka out here, and his name's Mark, and Mark and I have been talking about them doing a Strelka versus Streetbeefs West Coast event. So that's what we're looking at right now as far as the March. They do not have the number
give some
of fighters.
context.
Go ahead.
Well, just give them some context. So for those who are not familiar with Strelka, so Strelka is another fight club that's also in Europe, but also in the US as well. And so it's another huge platform. And so literally it's one big fight club versus another. So that's actually, however, the Arizona chapter does not have many fighters. So outside of that, right. And also, and when you really consider even some of those fighters that they had originally who fought in the earlier Strelka USA events came from the West Coast branch.
Yeah, and that was my next statement right there. Strelka does not have the number of fighters that we have. They also don't have a big boxing division. Like the majority of our fighters do boxing. There's a few Muay Thai guys. There's a good number of MMA guys, but the majority of everybody here does boxing. So that's what we're looking. That's what we're looking at. He has sent me his most of their guys are MMA. He has sent me the list of guys that he has right now. He's got about 15 guys right there. And there are no names that I recognize. Yeah, it could very well end up being that, but right now, the list of names that I've seen, I do not recognize anybody from Streetbeefs West Coast or Streetbeefs at all. Yeah.
All right, for sure.
And Young and Lavish,
you gonna drink that?
Yeah. Bro, why are you policing my alcohol?
No. I just wanted to make sure that I gave you an opportunity to drink it before we continue the conversation.
I do appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So
Wingman,
what we do,
trying to spot you.
I appreciate it. Nice, easy layup.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, we absolutely could do that. But yeah, to Young and Lavish's question, yes, absolutely. There's going to be to be honest with you, there might be 10 or 15 of those Strelka versus Streetbeefs West Coast fights. After that, it's going to be all Streetbeefs West Coast. So, like I said, we'll have as many fights as we can. If we got 40, 50 fights like we did last time, I'm game. Let's run it. We'll just have everybody here a little early. Yeah, he did ask me while I was babysitting that shot. I was holding that bitch. Shoot the motherfucker too.
Yeah, he was like,
hell yeah.
That's hilarious.
You was just mad. You was like, I can't have anybody on my podcast doing this.
Yeah, holding it for 20 minutes, like sitting there.
Yeah.
No, but that'd be great. And so if it does happen in March, I don't know if there's a particular date. Did you say March? I'm not sure if you
March
specifically said that.
Yeah, whatever date we do. Yeah, whatever date we do our thing. March, last day of March 30th or whatever it is. 28th, whatever. There ain't a bib on it, bitch. That's Freddy, motherfucker. That's not a bib. That's a Nightmare on Elm Street shot glass. Halloween, bitches. Yeah.
No, but that would be dope because, again, I think folks have said like it's the All-Star game or it's the Super Bowl of Streetbeefs West Coast. And so if that's the case, like bringing Strelka fighters, but also bringing fighters from different branches like you did last year or earlier this year. Yeah, I think it just magnifies the profile of the event.
Yeah, I'll be there in March. I want 3 fights. Yeah, man, take all the fights you want, bro. Take all the fights you want.
Yeah, and the way you looking, man, especially your last fight, man. Oh yeah, you can have a couple. Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
another invasion.
Let's talk about that. Where do you guys want to invade? Because I'm hearing a little talk about the scrapyard, and I can fuck with that.
Well, talking about invasion, because we have Terrifier, right? So Terrifier went on our Streetbeefs West Coast page.
Who? Terrier? You mean Terrier?
I had a feeling you were going to go there. But look,
just be
so the Terrifier went on our page, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he did call out Shinny, and he called out put the whole heavyweight division on notice. And so I don't know if we consider that an invasion, but certainly having someone of that profile coming to our event who brings that kind of tension to the space feels like an invasion within itself. Like he is trying to invade Streetbeefs West Coast by himself.
Man, but here's the thing: he's independent right now. He don't like he was banned from the scrapyard, wasn't he? So he's not really a scrapyard fighter.
Like, I think he's back. I think he's back.
Is he back in the scrapyard? I don't know. If he's repping the scrapyard,
well, he hasn't.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. That's fine.
Well, he hasn't fought back. He hasn't fought in the scrapyard, but I've seen videos of him in the background, so I know he's there.
Is he there?
I know. Yeah, so I know he's there. Mm-hmm. It's just he is not fighting per se. But I would say that, because here's the thing: like when you think about any combat sport, the heavyweights potentially a lot of times the heavyweight champion is often known as the most dangerous man in the world, right? Because I mean, think about that. Like any other division trying to fight a heavyweight is going to be really difficult to climb up that hill. And so essentially, if he's trying to take our heavyweight, pretty much our king off the board, he's trying to be king in our branch. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And so I'm trying to see if we have enough resistance to push back against Terrifier.
I mean, my honest opinion, we don't. Who do we have? Like, he called out Shinigami. I mean, I love me some Shinigami, but Terrier beats him. He does. He's not that great. He's just that fucking big. He's like, what, 360 pounds or some shit like that? Like, he's just that big. Like, his strikes, I mean, striking is what I do. Not super well, but I know what it's supposed to look like, and it's not supposed to look like when he strikes. You know what I mean? That's not what it looks like. He's not a great striker. He's not that. I don't see him being that great of a wrestler. You know what I mean? A lot of guys can out wrestle him, but when you're 360 pounds, you kind of get to pretty much do whatever he does, whatever he wants to do. Like, I don't know that we have anybody with the size that matters. Like, my best guess would have been DTP, and they fought already. You know what I mean? Granted, that's a new DTP now. But still.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's a different DTP, but also, like, when he slammed him, he I think broke his rib or bruised his rib, and so they also fought at the scrapyard. I think it'll be different fighting over here. The elements are different. Having your feet in sand is completely different from having your feet on turf. And so, yeah, and I've heard folks say, like, wrestling or even grappling in our yards is completely different from the other yards that they're used to, because that's sand.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that.
They don't like it. They don't like it.
They don't like it.
We don't like it, and we don't like it. Like, Streetbeefs West Coast guys all the time. Hey man, put something in there other than sand. Anything but sand. And I'm like, sand's what we do, fam. But yeah, no, I mean, Big Smash. Diesel said Big Smash. Little Satan. Again,
I like that, actually. I like that.
Solid. I'd love that matchup, but I got to be honest with you. I just don't think Big Smash is big enough. Like, you guys don't understand how big Terrier is. That is a big motherfucker. Like, he's really, really big. He's very planted on the ground. He lifts dudes up off the ground. He's strong. Like, there's no question about it. He's strong. He's, again, and no shade to Terrifier. I'm just trying to be as objective as possible. He's not that clean as far as his striking, as far as his wrestling, all that shit. So Big Smash absolutely has him in that department, but I just think he covers, he shoves him into a wall, picks him up, slams him, and then that's a wrap. You know what I mean? Like, he's just too fucking big, man. He really is. He's just too big. I don't know that we have anybody that can handle that kind of mass, you know? I mean, you know what we need to do? Oh shit. We could get Big Smash's phone number and get Diesel's phone number and have them swap, and he can do some of those supplements, all that creatine that Diesel's doing, and then boom,
then we have a massive Big Smash,
pounds, and then he wins. Yeah, that's a good idea. TME though, bro, come on, man.
Yeah, TME, come on. Hey, look, TME has been training hard But he is no match for no match for no.
Teammate got a solid jab though. I'll give him that. His jab is clean though. He does pop.
No, I agree. When he uses it, it's long, it's stiff. I mean, I don't know if we're doing pauses around here, but it's long and stiff, and certainly can hurt someone.
We just taken that one. We just take
it. Yeah, we just take it. We just go right through it.
Someone.
Exactly.
Chelly, he said every man can be beat. You are not wrong. Every man can lose by somebody else. But again, I don't think we have anybody that's big enough to handle just 360 pounds, man. That's a big fucking boy. I know we have dozens of guys that would fight him. I know there's not a single heavyweight that probably wouldn't fight him. You know what I mean? But Streetbeefs West Coast is game if they're nothing else. You know what I mean? They're game. They will. Every one of you guys will jump in there with him. But he's just big. He's really fucking big. You know what I mean? I don't know how you deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I proposed to him when Terrier when Terrifier when Terrifier posted his call out was that potentially he could do a kickboxing match with Duva. And I also saw the Black Adam, which Black Adam's been gone for a while, but I just saw him post like he said he would take the match. So
yeah, okay.
Again,
I mean, like I said, we got plenty of guys that would. If he's gonna do just striking, we put him up against any of our heavyweights. Any of our heavyweights. I'll say they win it just striking. You know what I mean? I mean from anybody. TME, again, all of them. You know?
But I think that's a great idea, just doing just a Shark Tank with him.
That's not a terrible idea. Like if that would be fun. That's extremely marketable. Like because Terrier is he's a marketable dude. He really, really is. You know.
The Arizonian reporting for duty. Yes.
yeah. We could get Terrier out here and do a fucking Shark Tank match with him. That'd be dope.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so now that we're talking about potential matchups, so for those, just to give folks some context, so Tiny Tank, who is the co-founder of this branch, put a post out there and said, look, we're going to be taking a break from here to the rest of the year until January. And so here's an opportunity to call out who you would like to fight. And it's not saying that you're booking your fights, but at least it gives us an idea of who you're looking at, who you're targeting. So if the matchmakers feel like it makes sense, they can book that. And so did you see that post? And did you see a number of different matches that were put up there?
Yeah. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. And so let me actually just say a few of them. Well, actually, I'm going to say a few of them, and then I'd love to get your input on that. Is that cool?
Let's do it.
You want to do that?
Of course. Just tell me what you want, big dog. You ain't got to ask.
Okay.
You ain't got to be so. This is the nicest dude in Streetbeefs right here. Just ask me if he can ask me a question.
I know. Hey, I'm just used to group facilitation. This is what I do for a living, for a job. So I'm used to just making sure folks feel comfortable
like that.
Speaking.
You're going to just flex on the motherfucker because you got a job right now, huh? That's cool. That's how it is. No big deal. No big deal. He just had to drop that in there. Oh, this is what I do for a living. You know what I do for a living right now? I'm doing it. Just talking to people. That's it. That's all I got right now. Just be chopping it up.
Yeah, let's do that. There we go. And so one of the things I saw, I mean, it's actually both our boys, but one of them is kind of repping, the hot box. And so, did you see Compa G's last fight?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and it was against a new what's the name fighter in the club. I think is Don Draco. I can't remember the full name.
Yeah. Don Draco, I think. Yeah,
Don Draco. There you go. And so he looked good. I mean, Don Draco definitely took the first round.
Oh, that's him right there.
He's
in here right now.
Oh, there we go. So Don Draco, you had an excellent fight with Compa G.
Absolutely.
Compa's no joke.
Nice. He's tough dude.
And so there were moments where you were putting it on him, especially in the first round. You can tell that you started to get winded in the second round. And I feel like it went all 3 rounds until the knockout. But again, I thought you did a really great job but I think it's still like when you think about, and from what I saw an interview earlier from he did MMA Underground, and he did an interview where he said he had experience in MMA. And so he's actually done some MMA in the past. And so he did a boxing match with Compa G. And so if Compa G was able to do that with him, who has some experience, and did you see who he called out after the win?
No, I don't remember.
He called out what he said, the smuggler, like Coyote. And so he wants him again.
God
rematch.
Damn it. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I love it. That's a goddamn, it's a hell of a fight, man. It's a hell of a fight. Yeah. I mean, Compa looked good. You know, I don't know. Coyote, like, God, it's just hard for me to speak on right there because I love Compa, but I love Coyote, man. It's just Coyote's a motherfucker. He's very, very crisp. He's very accurate, and he has no, like, he's got lungs for days. Like, if you watched him during that fight, in the 5th round, he was barely breathing heavy. Like, in the 5th round, he had just started taking deep breaths. It was fucking insane. But yeah, I would absolutely love to see that fight because I do believe that Compa can beat Coyote. He can, but he got to step up. Like, he cannot do the performance that he did that first time. He's got to step up.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
He's got to have all the cardio in the world, and he's got to pick his shots because Coyote's very, very good hiding 3 or 4 different punches behind that jab. You know, behind 3 or 4 jabs. Like, he's one of the very few fighters here in Streetbeefs that consistently throw out a triple jab. Like, consistently. You almost see it every fight, you know? And he hides his power shots behind that very, very well. And that was not something that Compa G was ready for. Now that he knows, absolutely. When he like, Compa's the type of guy that he knows what he's getting himself into. If he called Coyote out again, he will be ready this time. And I think he can beat Coyote. I just don't know if he does. You know what I mean? Because sometimes somebody's just got your number. But I think he can do it. I really think he can. He's got to get in that. He's got to get in the fucking gym. You know, got to get that cardio up though. Compa, if you're watching this, get your fucking cardio up.
Yeah, no, I think Coyote just put a lot of pressure on him, and so he literally had Compa G on the back foot the entire fight. Even when I was like cutting up some of the highlights, literally what you see is Coyote walking him down every single round, walking him down, being patient, forcing Compa G to throw when he wasn't fully balanced, fully comfortable. And so I think, and so you see, as a result, you see a very dominant performance by Coyote. And so I would love for Compa G, like when I was there, it seemed like it wasn't, I've seen better Compa G performances. Even the last one, he did better. And so I hope if there is a rematch that does get put in place for 2024, that Compa G shows up, puts more of a resistance, put more of a challenge, because it didn't look like it actually challenged Coyote that entire fight. And that's just me being honest.
No, yeah, and I agree. Like, Compa is a hot boxer, man. I see him all the time. I love me some Compa G. He is one of the funniest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. Like, he's a phenomenal boxer. His head movement is on point. He's very hard to hit. You know what I mean? But when it comes down to it, like, probably his toughest fight that he could possibly get in Streetbeefs, he had. So now that he knows what he's coming into again, I think he does quite better. You know what I mean? Because Compa is the type of dude that will step up. You know, he will. Like I said, I know he can beat Coyote. He's just got to put the work in to do it.
Yeah. Streetbeefs rule number 480: never go against Coyote, for sure.
Hey,
that dude's
Now 480 is our area code, so if anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be us.
Okay. And so hopefully it does get put in place, so we can see that, and we just see a better performance out of both of them. And so with that, you know what I also saw was that Coyote holds 2 belts. I can't remember. Is the welterweight and is it the one above or the one below? I can't remember.
He's got
But he has
170 or
belts.
185. 170 or 185, I believe.
Okay. And so, in one of those classes or weight divisions, Prodigy is in that one. And I saw some Prodigy said, "Oh, you know what? He's as long as he has it, I'm good." And then Coyote said, "No, player, come get me." And so, if that were the case, if that were to happen, what are your thoughts on that? There we go. There we go.
Prodigy, I have spoken every bit of praise that I could possibly heap on any person to the max for Prodigy. Like, Prodigy's been one of my favorite boxers for 3 years now, since the day I saw his second fight. Because his first fight, he was just a fucking dude, fucking flinging his arms out there, just like everybody does their first fight. They go in not knowing what's going on. His second fight, 6 months later, he was a full-on fucking boxing prodigy. You know what I mean? He's one of my favorite guys to watch fight. Even when he's beating up one of my guys, I'm still a part of me is like, I like watching this dude. You know what I mean? But Prodigy's not ready for Coyote. He's just not. His Coyote, like, you watch Coyote with the fuck's his name? Viking Warrior. Okay, that's going to be a very, very similar fight. How Viking Warrior uses his range to keep Coyote at bay. I don't think Prodigy's as good as Viking Warrior is with his range yet. If he gets there, then he's got a very solid chance. But like when Coyote closes that distance, you have to make him pay for that. Either A, you got to wrap him up, or you have to tune him up. And you're probably not tuning him up. So that's why Viking Warrior went with the wrap up. Every time Coyote closed the distance, he got wrapped up and he got kept from doing what he can do, until they were separated. The shots that he landed was when Viking Warrior threw his left out for the jab and he check hooked him. Now that Coyote knows that, you know what I mean? He knows how to deal with people with range now. After that, it's very, very obvious. And no hate at all, Prodigy. I love you, bro. But I think Coyote knows exactly how to deal with that range. You know what I mean? So I think he tunes Prodigy up a little bit. He wins. I don't think anybody gets knocked out. But I think it goes 3, and I think it's blatantly obvious a Coyote win.
Yeah, I certainly think when I think about Coyote, and I'm basing it off Prodigy versus Blanco. I'm gonna base it off that performance.
Well,
Prodigy did really well in the first round. Was able to keep him off him. Was able to land, but then what you see towards the latter stages of the fight, what you saw was Blanco start to close the distance. He started to hunt him down. And you also saw, I don't know if it was Prodigy getting tired, but certainly you saw that Blanco was able to hold him in place. There were times where he was able to hold him against the gate. And so if that is a sample size of what we can potentially see in the Coyote versus Prodigy fight, I can see the Prodigy can able to keep him at bay for a bit until Coyote closes that gap and that distance.
I gotta disagree, man. Because Blanco and Coyote are extremely different fighters. He's not gonna approach it the same way. Like so Blanco didn't know what to do with that range at first. And so then he just turned it into a brawl. He quit boxing and he just straight up turned it into a brawl. That's why he was able to close the distance. That's why he was able to get in there. But Coyote is way more technically sound with his jab, with his setups, with everything than Blanco is. And again, I love Blanco. He's a hot boxer as well. But again, we're here to be as objective as possible. You know what I mean? Blanco's a fucking dog. Like if I get in a street fight and I have to have somebody with me, first and foremost, Blanco. You know what I mean? Hands down. Because he will not quit. Like no matter how many times you punch him in the face, he's coming back for more. You know what I mean? But he's not Coyote. He's not Coyote by no stretch of the imagination. Coyote, there is only one Coyote, and the way he operates is he will pick his shots very properly, and I don't think he's gonna let another boxer get him with that range and that jab like Viking Warrior did. He's not gonna allow that to happen again. He's gonna check hook Prodigy, and then he's gonna follow up with a couple combos every single time Prodigy does something. He's gonna get tagged every single time. I don't see. Yeah.
I mean, it'll be a 5-round fight if they do, if they go. And so, again, I see Prodigy early rounds.
Sorry.
Okay, before we even get there.
Yeah, before we get there. Yeah, do that.
No, for sure. Before we get there. No, but certainly what I see is I see Prodigy having success early, but then it's going to be all Coyote in the back end. That's the way I see it. And like you, I don't see that it will be any KOs. But certainly there'll be some hard shots landed. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anyone gets KO'd, but certainly there's going to be some thud coming from both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So Blanco wasn't tough.
And before we get to Apex's comment, Samke's comment right there. So you, Prodigy, how he uses his range, he's just as effective with it as Viking is. Viking Warrior doesn't use his range as well as Prodigy uses his range. But he does use it decently. So they're probably about the same right there, to be honest with you. Probably very close. Prodigy is very, very good with his range. It's extremely impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. And so even before we go to Apex,
throw that one up there. Yeah.
What's up, KT? How you doing, my man? Good to see you. Good. Yeah, you look different with your hair gone though.
He does, man. The dreads is gone. It's a whole new KT.
There's a whole new KT, maybe a faster, quicker KT, man. We would love to have you back in the yard. I mean, I don't know if there's plans for you to compete again, but certainly we miss you in the yard. We miss you, even just your presence, period. And so we'd love to have you back, you know, when you come back. But since we do have, so before we get to the even Apex's comment, because I see Bricks in here, and we talked about Blanco. Yeah. So I said, you know, I saw them kind of going back and forth, and when I kind of put up some potential matchups that would be great to see in 2024, I said Blanco versus Bricks, and Blanco said he wouldn't do that. And so I'm like,
Blanco will literally fight anybody, literally anybody. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
And so if that were to happen, Bricks versus Blanco, what do you think happens?
My honest opinion, and again, Bricks, I love you, bro. But I think Blanco takes that because Blanco's been active. That's huge. Like, we haven't seen Bricks in a long time, and that ring rust is a real thing, and it's a motherfucker. It's an absolute banger. But you know what? Let me rephrase that. If we could get Blanco to stop taunting people and just fight, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of guys he could beat soundly. But as far as Bricks goes,
but I think that's part of his strategy, though. I think that's Blanco's strategy, is to get in your head, to make you,
absolutely,
force you into a firefight, to make you emotional. So I mean, I actually think it's effective. I think what he does is effective, but I agree with you. I think there's sometimes I feel like he should have just fired off, but he's dancing in there. He's doing a number of other things. I'm like, bruh, you're winning the fight. Keep pressing.
Yeah, I think Blanco takes that, but just due to pressure, and he's been active. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna have the cardio. He's very active. I think he just takes that by points, 3-round fight. I don't think anybody gets stopped though. As far as Tank stopping Blanco at 170, fuck no, you don't. Come on, Tank. No, you don't. You know how much you got to starve yourself to hit 170, bro? You're gonna be half dead. Yeah.
This is what I would say.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Bricks cracks, but like, dude, like, Blanco got a chin on him. Really, really does.
Here's the thing about this matchup. Blanco's been super active.
Mm-hmm.
This dude is fighting almost at every single event.
Mm-hmm.
And at the hot box, he fought twice. I'm pretty sure he could have fought a third time if he wanted to, but this dude has been extremely active, and we haven't seen Bricks in a while. And so, and Blanco's getting better. And so that's the thing. Like, he's getting into his groove. He's getting better. And so I see a close fight, but I still edge it to Bricks. I think Bricks is cleaner. He moves better. And again, this is just me kind of like remembering the Bricks of before his layoff. And so if Bricks comes to form the same way that I remember him from his last fight, I think that Bricks wins. However, if he does come in and ring rust, as you said, is a thing, then I think Blanco will make it a close fight. He might make it a dirty fight. And I think we might see Bricks versus.
And there's no might about it. It's dirty.
There's no might.
Period.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's no might about it. It gets dirty.
It gets for Bricks, sure. When you fight
like
him,
Blanco, I love Blanco, but he fights dirty as fuck. Like he will push you. He will shove you. He will all the things, man. And I love it. I love watching him fight. I wouldn't want to be in there with him. I just get pissed off just him being him. You know what I mean? I can see why his opponents get very frustrated with him. But at the same time, I don't know. Yeah, Blanco is very, very hungry. So Blanco versus Bricks is a very, very solid match. A very solid match. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this actually turns out. Again, I definitely want to see Bricks back. But Blanco's, man, he's been doing a really fantastic job the last couple months. And so I think it's going to be a really banger fight if it does happen. Yeah. Right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're still waiting for Bricks to come back. And so if he does come back and does take up that match, I think that'll be a great fight.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think, I don't know. I think it's a good match. I think the 170-pound division is fucking ridiculous. Like, it's what the light heavyweight division was 3 years ago. Like, it's so stacked. So many great fighters. So many personalities. Like, we got to get some of them on here to just talk some shit. Yeah. Oh, Bushido Zed coming back 2024? Bro, you better get it in before that baby come out, because Daniel and I know exactly what happens when babies come around, bro. You ain't getting shit done. Nothing. Training time out the fucking window.
And I would say this. I mean, Zed, don't you have a fight like that's been like boiling for years? Isn't it supposed to be
Jet?
Yeah. Like, that has to happen at some point.
It really does, bro. The sexiest fucking boxing in Streetbeefs is Jet, bro. It's so fucking clean. It's so crisp. It's so beautiful to watch. It really is.
Oh, actually, that's a really good fight right there. That's actually a really good fight.
Jr.
If that were to happen.
Solid fight too. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, since you're in here, let's see if you'd be willing to take that fight. That'd be awesome if that does happen.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this.
Streetbeefs 100.
Yeah.
Bro, his kid's gonna be 17. He's like, I'm ready, guys. I'm ready. Yeah. Hey, who is this Sean guy everybody talking about? I ain't heard about that.
I think it's Sean from the Hot Box.
Sean. What's Sean?
Isn't there like?
Is it Samurai Sean?
Yeah, Samurai Sean.
Samurai Sean's like $123, man. Punches is like 55, isn't he?
That's the only one I know with that name. Is there someone else with that name?
I can't be that. Somebody tell me who that is, because they can't be Samurai Sean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Samurai Sean, and to just again being objective, hasn't earned a fight against Punches anyway. Like, he's got a loss and then one win, and Punches has got quite
Sean
a few
from
wins.
Bakersfield Boxing.
Bakersfield Boxing. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know that. Unless they
He's the
fought
champ
here
from
before?
Bakersfield Boxing. What is Bakersfield Boxing? Is it like Streetbeefs, or is it like
it's
a gym? Or
it's a fight club in Bakersfield. I mean, I don't know if Golden Arms is secretly funding that club.
Yeah,
because I know that's where Golden Arms is from.
A Golden Arms, bro. I wouldn't put it past Golden Arms to just fund a whole ass boxing gym to get a bunch of people together to come beat us all up. Yeah,
to get his
that's
revenge,
classic
man.
Golden
Get his
Arm.
revenge.
Classic GA. Yep. Yeah, we got and I'm not gonna say who, but this just popped in my head. I forgot to say it earlier, but we potentially have another cage going up here in Arizona soon, in the next 6 to 8 months sometime. Yeah, yeah.
And that's for Streetbeefs West Coast.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So you guys stay tuned for that.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Is he a cop now?
I don't know. I have no idea, but that's
no.
interesting if he is. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
not really.
Even
like, you could look at him and be like, he looked like a cop. he had the look, and then he got the job. Yeah.
And so with that, I mean, are we ever going to see him versus 619?
Golden Arms versus 619? Nah, probably not.
Yes.
I don't think we'll see that again. Nah. I think, yeah, I don't know. I mean, do we ever see 619 back? Like full 619? I don't know that either.
I mean, you have a better sense than I do because he was at the Hot Box recently.
Yeah.
And
and you know what? It's probably not fair to judge him off that performance. But he just mentally, I just didn't see him here. You know what I mean? Mentally, he wasn't there. He's still,
okay, so he's a cop for real.
Everything. Oh, is he a cop for real? That's dope.
Yeah, apparently he's a cop.
No shit, that's nuts. Huh.
Yeah, so
I'm
Golden
gonna message
Arms.
Him congratulations.
5-0. Okay.
Okay.
If we got that, you got that.
Why the fuck that's funny? Because
if we got that, you got that.
Post every 3 weeks about how he's Golden Arms 2.0, Golden Arms 2.1,
Yeah.
Golden Arms 3.0, Golden Arms 3.4. He's just always coming back, man. He's like coming back every fight. It was a new version of Golden Arms.
Yeah. So there we go. Golden Arms 5.0.
That's fucking
for
funny.
sure. Okay. And so let me ask this one. Young and Lavish versus Scorpio.
Okay.
You know both those gentlemen. Yeah.
I know both those gentlemen.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think?
So Scorpio trained here at the Hot Box for a little bit. Scorpio. And he's funny as fuck though. Yeah, y'all pay attention to Scorpio, man. He's really fucking funny. I love Scorpio. Young and Lavish he's one of those dudes with no, like, you can punch him in the face as hard as you want, as many times as you want, and it's like there's no switch to turn off. You know what I mean? There really just doesn't look like it. Scorpio, if you look at some of his past fights, there's a switch that can turn off. He goes, oh fuck, that's good. I'm good. You know what I mean? But there's a new Scorpio. Now I don't know if you guys have been following him on social media, but there's a new Scorpio that's been brewing. He moved to Florida, and he has become a very, very dedicated human being on his health and fitness journey. And I don't know if you guys understand, for a guy that size to just buckle down and start taking that seriously, that's a lot of dedication. It's a lot of commitment. And I think, thank you, Yankee and the Brit. Appreciate you.
Yeah, yes. Please subscribe to the channel. They got a lot of fire content, and you especially catch MMA Underground, where you see Sam K and Buddy, where they get to interview tons of fighters from Streetbeefs West Coast, but also bare knuckles. So they always got, and they do it every single week, and so you'll be able to learn more about the fighter. So go on Yankee and the Brit on YouTube.
Holy shit! Bro,
What's
you know
up?
what just hit me? I now know how Dave Chappelle felt when I got to sit around and watch Key and Peele do my show.
Hey,
shout out MMA Underground. I'm just fucking with y'all. So,
oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. There's a new Scorpio though. Like Scorpio, a new individual right now. He's we haven't seen him fight with this new dedication, this new discipline yet. But I have a feeling he's going to come back a different fighter. So I got to say, I think that one comes down to a draw. I think these guys fuck each other up, and they're both aggressive. And if it's 3 rounds, it comes down to a draw. If it's 5 rounds, somebody gasses.
I mean, I'm just going to go based on last performances, and Scorpio did not have a good performance last. But as you said, it's a new Scorpio. And so I just want to kind of give that caveat that, yes, it also seems like he's healed from his injury. I don't know. I know that he was going into these fights where he was injured, but also there was a number of things that he was dealing with. And so hopefully he's coming back healthy. But from what I've seen in the last couple of fights, like Young and Lavish is taking 2 or 3 fights at every single event.
Yeah.
And so to me, he has cardio for days. And I think he's going to push the pace on Scorpio. And hopefully he has the tank for it. If he doesn't, I think it's going to be a long fight for Scorpio.
Yeah, if Scorpio comes in with no tank, then he's going to gas and get tuned up. Young and Lavish he's not a joke, man. He is not a joke. Like, just like Yanking the Brit just said right there, he's a fucking warrior. Like, the dude, he does his thing. He's game for anybody. Like, he would straight up, we don't have to ask him right now. He would get in there with Terrier this very second. Right now,
thank you, brother.
He would jump in there with Terrier. Devin, thank you.
Yeah, and so if anyone who don't know who Devin is, just quick pause real quick. This is Adonis. So this is Adonis who just recently fought. He fought 8 Baby. We'll talk about them. But the newcomers, they're coming onto the scene, y'all. They're leaving a huge impression. And so their fights is actually the last time I checked, they had 55,000 views. So, and it just been posted. So check out the fight if you haven't seen it. It was a war. It was a back and forth. And these are some up and coming fighters who we all got to pay attention to. All right, continue. Sorry about that.
I love it. I like watching the new fighters, man. I really, really do. I mean, this whole group hinges on the new guys. You know what I mean? Like, you got guys like, me, 619, Bricks, Diesel, all the guys that have been around for a minute. I mean, that's great, but it's really the new guys that excite me.
Yeah, and he man, both of them are beasts. But let's get back to Scorpio for a second. So Scorpio going to be able to take Young and Lavish. Because I think, oh man, when I see that fight, like, Young and Lavish is just the warrior. He's a beast. Like, this dude, he doesn't care who he's fighting. He's gonna put the paws on you, even if he has an accident in his pants, he will still fight you. And so I just don't know,
bro. Did you really just call him out for shitting his pants in his first fight over
there? But to me, it doesn't matter what situation he's in, he will continue to fight. And so I think other folks have been like, yo, my bad, let me stop fighting. This dude continued.
Bro, he just rolled over. He did a front flip with his
exactly.
Shit, bro. He didn't give a fuck. He was like, here I am. Bro, he really did. Darkness, to answer your question is no. You will probably not see me kickboxing in 2024, homie. Nah. I'm gonna do another MMA match for sure. But I'll do it up about probably 215, 220 ish. I don't ever want to be under 200 again, man. I don't feel good under 200. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm moving enough weight. I don't feel like I'm strong enough or I hit hard enough. I just don't.
So in this fight, I got Young and Lavish. Who do you got?
I got it as a draw, to be honest with you. I think it goes a draw.
You think so?
Like, Scorpio's a new dude. Yep. I think because neither one of them will have any give in them. You know what I mean? Especially if it's boxing. Now, if it's like karate combat, then Young and Lavish, because that's not really Scorpio's forte. But boxing, I think it goes to a draw. I think they pound on each other, and it's too hard to decide who the winner is. You know what I mean? Because I mean, you got to remember, I had Scorpio over here in the hot box. You know what I mean? Training, watching him. I got it as a draw.
Okay. I mean, you have more purview than I do because you actually got to see him train. You got to train with him, and so I'm just basing it off what I think. Yeah.
If I just looked at performances that I've seen on YouTube, Young and Lavish, but I definitely
got you.
I've seen Dung and Lavish. That's funny. Bro, see, that's your fault right there. That's your fault. Oh, that's
here's the thing. We knew
Big D, right? What's up, Big D?
Mm-hmm. Oh, where is he? Yeah, Big D. I haven't seen you in a while, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's be. Oh yeah, it is. Bring him back. Yeah.
But honestly, him and Scorpio or him and Young and Lavish is a good scrap too.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a fun one right there.
Yeah, Big D.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's the trifecta right there. The big boys.
Do you know how much confidence you got to have to roll around with the nickname Big D though? I couldn't have that nickname. I couldn't have that nickname, bro.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I got another match for you.
Yeah, for whatever. Yeah. Okay, what you got?
The Arizonian versus Bearded King. Do you think that ever happens?
Yeah, I think it could happen. I don't know if it ever happens, but it definitely could happen. I know a lot of these Arizona cats tend to try not to fight the other Arizona cats, but at the same time, I think both of them are down though. I think if both of them are watching this, I know the Arizonian was watching this. If somebody hit up Bearded King and was like, "You want to fight Arizonian?" He's probably game. But I also know he got a new baby coming up too. So like his wife is either due or just had a baby. I can't remember, but he's very close. And I can't tell whose training is going better right now. Like I could Scorpio. But I gotta say, I would have to give it to the Arizonian right there. Bearded King cracks. He really does. He really, really does. And he's done a lot better than when he first came out. His first fight was a little rough, but his when he went into the Shark Tank against 619, he caught 619. He stumbled him. He almost bounced him off the fence. Like I literally was stepped over to give him the 8 count, and I heard 619 go, "Nope, I'm good. Don't." I said, "Okay, okay, let's see what you do."
And so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Then why did Bearded King stop? Why did Bearded King stop? Because he did rock him.
What do you mean? Oh yeah.
Like in that exchange, he rocked him and he stopped. Yeah.
Yeah. In my opinion, and no shade to Bearded King, lack of experience. He just didn't know. Like his initial instinct wasn't to go in for the kill. Plus, he probably saw me walking towards him, so he might have thought there was an 8 count coming because there was. But then 619 walked straight back to him, and he had his wits about him. He got caught, but I don't think he was stunned. He had his wits about him. I watched his eyes as he was walking towards me. His hands came up. He was ready. He didn't look rocked. So I'd say either A, he didn't rush him and try to finish him off. I would say that instinct was just lack of experience. But like Tank's saying, he also might have been thinking there was an 8 count coming. And then when he realized there wasn't, and that 619 wasn't really stunned, 619 is not the dude you just run up on real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I can see that. And, especially with the lack of experience, right? You don't know, know you rocked him, but you don't know, hey, can I actually pressure this person? And 619 has got rocked before. Like he got rocked by Takamori.
Like 6 times.
Yeah. And the thing is, even when he got rocked, 619, to his credit, came back. He made it a dogfight after that. And so you don't know, like, you could be in that position where you rock him and you're throwing everything at him and he does not go down, and then he starts marching forward. Yeah. And you don't have the tank. You don't have the tank to withstand him marching forward, marching you down. And so, yeah. And so I was confused when I saw that, but it makes sense now hearing you explain that. I'm like, okay, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah. Like, I think if he'd have just bum rushed him as soon as it happened, it had still been exchanged, but I don't think he would have knocked 619. I don't think he'd have finished it,
Yeah, for sure. 619 will have 100 on the chin for sure. Mm-hmm. That's his bar.
He got a chin.
I know for sure. Like the Arizonian rocked him early. In the first one, I was like, oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking to myself after watching, I was like, 619 was able to last.
Yeah. And so 619, now a little behind the scenes information for you is he asked me, so we set up the Shark Tank and he said, how are you going to do it? I said, whoever the fuck wants to volunteer can get in there. He goes, okay. He says, line them up smallest to biggest. And I said, absolutely not. I said, we're going to go biggest to smallest. And he didn't say anything. But So after the fight with or after Shark Tank, he goes, "Bro, what the fuck happened? Why didn't you do smallest to biggest?" And I was like, "Because I wanted you to have cardio when you fought those big bastards. Like he needed to have cardio because can you imagine if he'd went through all of that and then got rocked by Bearded King and then got rocked by the Arizonian? Like he had the cardio in the first couple rounds, but he was definitely I don't think he absolutely underestimated what that Shark Tank was going to be. He did. And I want to say this to everybody. Now that we're talking about the Shark Tank, because I've seen so many posts and so many comments about everybody wants the Shark Tank. You're not ready. Go get some fucking cardio. Because there are no breaks. You get a 10-second break when somebody else walks in while your first opponent walks out. Go get your cardio up. 619's got phenomenal cardio, and he was exhausted. 3 rounds in, he was exhausted. You know what I mean? And you can see it. He's very, very tired. It is one of the toughest things that we do here in Streetbeefs is that Shark Tank. It really, really is. It's fun.
No.
Darkness, you're not wrong. It is fucking fun, but it's hard. It's very hard.
No, for sure. No, I agree. It's and I also want to say this. One, I think you also have to have the skill too. Like,
yeah,
because
absolutely.
Because you not only because you're navigating between different fighting styles, but you're also navigating your own, as you said, your own cardio. And so you have to learn how to pace yourself. And there's a number of things that you have to factor in. And so if you're new trying to get into this, the last thing I want is someone to get injured, right?
And they will.
Overly confident.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They will. We see it every event.
And so one thing, and so one thing 619 was able to do, even when he was hurt, he was able to mask it well. Right. So when he was tired, he was able to mask. You saw that he was adjusting his game plan to help himself. Like he was like, all right, I got to preserve myself. And so when he fought Sean, he made sure, okay, let me not exert a lot of energy here. And if you don't have that experience, I mean, 619 has been fighting for a long time, fighting in gyms. And so he's learned how to adapt from one style to the next, but also to keep, cardio for like 10 to 12 rounds. And so, as you said, make sure you get that experience. Don't come in here thinking, hey, I'm gonna get my first experience in the Shark Tank. It's probably not gonna be a good luck. It's probably not gonna end well for you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go on record as saying that 619 is absolutely the most perfect person to do a Shark Tank out here on the West Coast. Like, I don't think we have another person that is just built for that. Okay, because again, you got to have the skill set. A lot of guys, if you have been punched in the face and rocked and have taken a knee or you've gotten an 8 count, there's a good chance that you're going to catch that. Very, very good chance you catch that in a Shark Tank. And like if you get hit a lot, like some people don't get hit a lot. 619 is one of those guys that doesn't really get hit a lot. He takes a couple per fight, but overall, not a whole lot. Until you get, like Talk tuned him up a little bit. The Shark Tank, a couple guys called him a Shark Tank, but you have to be ready for that skill set and cardio. And I don't know that we have another person currently right this second on the West Coast that can do 13 guys in 13 minutes. Pause.
Remember, we're not pausing. We're taking it all.
No. Oh yeah. No, not pause. Boom. Do 13 guys in 13 minutes.
Exactly.
12. I can't remember. But yeah, that's. It was perfect for him and his style. No, WA is not it. WA is not it because WA does get hit. You know what I mean? And WA is also in that. He's in that weight class of a lot of the guys that not only do they hit really hard. So if we get him a smattering of guys, yeah, that's fine. I don't punches, man. I don't know. I don't think so. You
don't think so?
Either. No, I think Punch has got about 5 or 6 rounds in him. But 13, no.
No, I think Punch can do it.
You guys understand? You do? I don't.
Yeah, I actually think punches can do it. When I really reflect on who can do it, I think punches can do it. I think the Arizonian can do it. The thing about punches, he has deceiving power. And I think once people actually experience that, they're not going to want to fight him aggressively. Once they experience that, they're going to go, okay, Coyote can certainly do it for sure. BDW, what do you think, BDW? You think he can do it?
Yeah, I think BDW could do it. Reason is BDW is different from 619. Like, and one thing, the reason why I'm speaking so harshly like this, I was in the cage with 619 while he did it. You know what I mean? I was there. I was right next to him. I was talking to him. I was the one checking his eyes, checking his posture, checking his movement, making sure he was okay. So I paid very, very close attention to what he did and how he did it. You know, man, one thing it will boil down to is who's against you in that Shark Tank. What you guys also got to keep in mind,
that's a good point.
Shark Tank's open weight. It's very open weight. Sure, sadly, Mike could do it from a cardio, from a technical standpoint, but what's he going to do when he's in there with a light heavyweight or a heavyweight? It's open weight. We're not catering. Like, if you want to do a Shark Tank, you do it with everybody who's there. You know what I mean? Anybody who wants to volunteer. At least how we do here. You know what I mean? I can't speak for the Smoke Ranch, but the Hot Box, like, if you want to do a Shark Tank, you know, 619 didn't get to pick and choose. He thought he did. At first he was like, well, and I was like, no, it's whoever volunteers is who you got to fight. He was like, so be it. And he did it. And he put on a phenomenal display of boxing doing it. It was impressive. But you have to understand, you might not get the same type of people. You know what I mean? Like, if you got 3-minute rounds, bro, you're out of your goddamn mind. You ain't doing 27 minutes. What? No, that's only 9 rounds. No, what's 13 times 3? What's that? 9, 3, 39? 39 minutes? Ain't no fucking way.
Yeah, 39 minutes.
Ain't no motherfucking way.
Man.
Bro, nah. Because you got
I would say 1 minute round for sure. 1 minute rounds for sure.
I'm saying you got to understand, you have guys like, what's punches? 155, 160-ish? Like, you're going to have guys in there that's 215, 225 with you. You know what I mean? And those are going to be your first guys. You're going to be exhausted after the first 3 fights because you're fighting guys that are 100 pounds heavier than you. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of guys aren't taking that into account. It's not 13 random nameless people. It's 13 guys that show up to that event that absolutely probably took a fight before that. So they're already good and warmed up.
That's probably a good point right there. Yeah, he's probably going to try to KO everyone.
And there's nothing wrong
with there's certain fighters. Yeah, there's certain fighters who are going to look to survive, but there's certain fighters who are going to go after. And I certainly think Punches is one of those fighters who's going to go after.
Yeah. Coyote too. Like, if I did a Shark Tank, I'd be wanting to stop as many people because it's great to go against all these people. But how many KOs did 619 have? None. But imagine doing a 13-person Shark Tank and having 8 KOs. Like, that's a fucking situation right there. You know? So let's select the next Shark Tanky today on this show. I mean, we'd have to have Free Smoke on here for that. But at the March event, I don't even know who's going to be here. Like, if you do the Shark Tank, you need to have a certain number of fights. Yeah? I mean,
I agree.
I believe you, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying I agree with. I think you have to have a certain amount of fights. Not that I agree, and so I think it's important. I think it's important for folks to know, like, if you're a newcomer trying to do it, not doing that.
Yeah. Oh, he did. He TKO'd Eon. I did forget about that. Yeah. Okay. He stopped Eon. No, he didn't. Blanco stopped Eon. That's fucking.
Yeah, Blanco stopped Eon. Yeah.
Yeah, Blanco stopped Eon. 619 didn't.
Everyone gets 15 seconds.
Yeah, 15 seconds. But a lot can happen in 15 seconds, bro. A lot. Yeah. No, if I ever do a Shark Tank, I'd do the full 1 minute rounds. I'd probably be about 5 people though. Maybe 3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a whole bunch. I wouldn't even sign up for that shit without the cardio.
No, I think you should be like No, not even before we go, but I would say that you should be like final boss type of thing, right? And so you should be like Bison. Like, who was the guy at the end of Street Fighter? Was it Bison?
That's I don't know.
Who was that?
I played Mortal Kombat. Shao Kahn. He's Shao Kahn.
Okay, so anyone, you'll be the last person. I think
Yeah.
for it only makes sense for the hot box. But also you
and
might hurt
honestly, I was gonna do that. Yeah, I actually was gonna go in there against 619 and do that as the last guy. But I was like, that's a dick move, bro. When he's just exhausted and go in there full 45 seconds of cardio. You know what I mean? That's just a dick move. Yeah.
And so before we continue on with the additional matchups that folks has said, and we do have a newcomer that we'd like to bring up, and he started actually in your yard. And so, and it's 8 Baby, and he just had a fantastic fight with Adonis. And so we just want to bring him on real quick just to see who, to learn more about him and see what. 8 Baby, can you hear us? We're at a reggae
concert. Yep.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
Hey, can you shoot him a message real quick? Let him know. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. I will let him know. And so with that,
he's making a baby. He's about to be 9, baby.
Yeah, for sure. He's at a party taking calls.
Sounded like he was training, honestly.
Yeah.
Sounded like he was training. That sounded like a bell.
Yeah, I mean, but I also heard reggae in the back. I don't know. We'll see.
Ooh, casino, maybe. Yeah, he might be at a casino.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good call, too.
All right. Yeah. So let me ask you about this fight. There has been rumblings that you are returning to fight Knee Fight.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you think? And so what'd you think? Knee Fight,
I'm shooting for January.
Okay.
For January.
There we go.
If he's available. Yep.
And
yeah,
how do you feel about that?
Really we hadn't really talked or anything. So our first fight was not ideal. Long story short, I mean, I just wasn't in it then. So I'd like to get a second shot at it, and I'd like to KO him. I'd like to put him out, real nice, and just stamp it. You know what I mean? Stamp that W with a KO. Because I mean, if you think about it, bro, I was in there with him for 3 minutes, and I didn't do much. I just stood around, let him beat me up, and he never hit me. He never hit me. I didn't get hit in that fight. With nothing serious. You know what I mean? He caught a couple body shots in there, but nothing that did anything. I wasn't in the right I don't know, man. I wasn't in the right headspace for it.
I mean, that's a good point. Unless
very good point.
He just wants the best Wero. Unless he just wants a win over a Wero that is there to compete, right? We know that at that time.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and like he said too, like he was like, what would a fight look like with me versus a prime Wero? I mean, that's the way he opened up his post. And so, and he's defected. What is it? Whatever. Effectively become you. He's going in there and he has been starching his opponents.
And so he got it. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like he cracked Say So KO. And so what does one KO artist versus another one? What does that look like? De facto. Thank you. I was trying to figure out thank you, brother. Appreciate that. De facto.
But yeah, I mean, so here's the thing, and Wero got a good point. I kept saying I'm gonna lose. Again, like the beginning of that year, my mom had 3 heart attacks, and then we drove out. I drove out to Florida to see her with all the kids and everything like that in the truck. We took a long drive out there, stayed for a couple of weeks, came back. Like I said, I I was just not in the right headspace for a fight. You know, I went out there and I fought dangerous in Texas, and I'd already had the ticket bought. I just wasn't there to do it. You know what I mean? When I fought Cancer Kenny this time, I was ready. I was there to fight. I didn't win because I didn't have any ground game, but I was definitely there, and I felt so good. So I go back in like that. I mean, it's. Yeah, like I said before, I plan on making a title run. To be honest with you, I probably don't have the wins to fight Nephi yet. I don't have the resume for a rematch right now. You know what I mean? To be dead serious, I'm going to ask him, and if he'll take it, that'd be great. But if he doesn't take it, and the only reason I even asking him right now at this point is because he made that post. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he didn't make that post, I'd fight a couple other people in that division before I asked him for that rematch. Possibility. Yeah, so I don't know if he will, but if he will, I'll absolutely plan on doing that in January, potentially. Again, like I've been out of work for a couple weeks now, and I'm supposed to start my new job Wednesday, and money absolutely. There you go. Money absolutely plays a factor in that.
Hey, baby, how you doing, my man?
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
All right, for sure. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Okay.
That's right. My bad, man. I'm at work right now.
You good, bro?
Oh, for sure. I love it. We are echoing now. I can hear myself.
Oh, I can barely hear you, man. I don't know what it is.
You want to try to put the headphones on?
Yeah, let me see. Hold on. My bad.
It's all good. All right. Give him a second to figure that out.
Yeah.
But once he comes on, we'd love to learn more about him.
Yeah. So, who just said? Zed just said he fight really well.
Yeah.
You got it?
For some reason it sounds like going to the headphones.
Yeah, you still echoing real bad too.
There we go. Hold on. I can hear you now.
You can hear me?
Okay.
1, 2.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still echoing.
Yeah, but we're echoing. Like, I can hear myself.
And the viewers can hear it too.
All right, cool.
What you do for a living, man?
Oh, I work at Southwest.
I had a feeling. I was just about to say, you look like you work at the airport.
Yeah, I'm at the airport right now.
Hey, are you the dude that throw people's luggage around, or are you the dude with the fucking wands all over the place?
Yeah, the luggage, man. We do the ramp.
How much luggage you lost? Have you lost somebody's luggage?
What happened? Say it again.
Have you ever lost somebody's luggage?
Yeah, it happens from time to time. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Fuck those people. Who cares?
Hey, I'm one of those people.
Yeah. Oh, you got
I had my luggage. Yeah. And I was in Chicago at that time, and it got lost, and it was snowing. Man, it sucked.
Oh man, it's all bad, man.
Well, let me ask you about your fight with Adonis, man.
Oh, yep.
And did you think it was going to play out the way it did?
Honestly, like when I seen him at first, I kind of underestimated him. I thought that because like he was so big, he didn't really know how to box. But he came in there, man. He was swinging, and I really felt his punches. And I don't know, man. It was just a good fight,
And let me ask you.
Yeah.
This dude, he was a big dude.
Yeah.
Built like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And I know you go in there fighting, but did you think, oh my gosh, this dude must pack power?
For sure.
Did it make you nervous standing across the cage?
Not really, because I kind of seen it as an advantage on my part. I thought I would be able to beat him with speed and with range.
And I know in the second round, it seemed like he hurt you.
Yeah. Like, he had me shook. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I was a little shook.
Okay. And so how would you able to muster that and come back in the third round?
Oh man, I just didn't want to lose, bro. I wasn't about to take another L. Yeah, I lost at the hot box with Wero, and I was about to take another L, bro. So I just wanted it more, I guess.
Was there anything surprising when you fought him?
Not really. Just how hard he hits. He was a good puncher.
And you had him rocked at one point. I know he said that he never got hurt.
Yeah.
And it was a cardio issue. But when you actually look at the footage, it looks like you hurt him.
Yeah, I think I did too, but he wanted it bad too. He didn't want to go down, man. I think he should have been knocked, but he wanted it really bad.
And so I know there's been conversations about a rematch.
Yeah, man. He won a rematch, so I'm willing to give it to him. I'm not worried about getting back in the ring with him.
Yeah, no, he definitely looked like Canelo. And how do you think the next match goes?
I'm gonna take it again, man. I think it'll be more of a clear decision this time because I'm really gonna work on cardio. Because before this fight, I didn't train at all, man. I just working, and I got about almost 3 months to train, and he's really into like weightlifting, bro. And I don't think he's gonna be training like me,
Yeah, they said when the do-rag came off, you went crazy.
Yeah, bro. I should have got a braid up before that fight. Shoot.
And what do you think about all the views? Because it's getting tons of traction.
I think the views are cool, man. But everybody saying that he won, man, and I want to clear it up in the next fight.
Yeah, don't worry about that. The internet. Don't even go through those comments, bro. It just make you.
Yeah. I feel like it did look like a draw, but watching him in person was a lot different.
And let me ask you this: where are you coming from, by the
way? Cali, from Carson.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yep.
And so, why did you choose to go to the hot box first?
That was the first event that popped up.
Got you.
Yeah.
2116 for Everett. Again.
Yeah, I fought Cholo.
Chima, if you are here, please come to gate 12. Doors are closing in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Is that my flight?
Nah, you good. My bad.
I think everyone wants to know. Everyone wants to know. Can you hook them up on ticket?
Say it again. My bad.
It's expensive traveling. It's expensive traveling to different places. Can you hook them?
You know what? I could, man. I get like buddy passes to where you could fly standby to wherever in the States.
Bro. That's dope.
Yeah, so once in a while I could hook somebody up if they really need it.
Standby rough. You got the airport.
Yeah, standby is rough. I'm not gonna lie.
You get a flight.
But
yeah,
it's rough, but it's free, so it's cool.
Yeah. So
definitely need to take some shots.
When you fight,
what's next? I wanted to catch another fight, but man, they want a rematch. So I'm not gonna turn it down. I'll rematch them.
Yeah, I mean, you might you can get you a rematch. You can also get another fight. It all depends on when Adonis can make it.
Yeah, he said he wants to. I thought he was watching right now. I thought he would join in too.
He's watching. Yeah.
He's watching.
For sure.
I'm about to send him the link.
Yeah.
We might have to. If we can't get this echo situated, we might have to talk maybe off.
I got an echo.
Yeah. It's actually us that's echoing. You're coming in clear, but we're echoing real bad.
But I'm gonna shoot him the link.
Yeah, do that.
And if he comes on, I will try to put you both on. But if not, then you just be in the back just listening to him.
That's cool.
Okay. All right. Just give me a second.
For sure.
Yeah. So,
all right, cool.
While you doing that, I'll talk about me and knee fight again real quick. If it works out in January, I'll hit him up. He's probably not. I don't think he watches the lives. But we'll see if we can do in January. If not, I'm making a title run. I don't know which title. I don't give a fuck. I mean, at this point, it might even just be the Masters Division title, like the heavyweight one, not the light heavyweight one. I'm going up, bro. I can't be like I'm sitting at 205 right now. I can't be this small. I don't like this. Like when I hit people, I need them to know I'm there. You know,
for sure. No, when I looked at you, when I saw you cut weight for even the first invasion, I was just like, oh yeah, this kind of Wero doesn't look the same, man. Does not look the same. The punches. I mean, you punch hard, but it just doesn't seem like it. Yeah, it doesn't transfer well
into it, man.
Yeah.
I'm just smaller. I'm not punching as hard. You know, like when I first joined Streetbeefs, I was like 209, 212, something like that. And it was mostly fat, but it was moving decently, you know?
Yeah, for sure. What about Diesel and Sadly for the vacant title? How you think
you gotta, it's a new Diesel right now. It really is.
Yep, I agree.
The way he fought Soldier of God is like nobody I've seen him fight. He was very calculated, calm. He moved with a purpose. He conserved his energy very well.
Yeah, for sure. Skeletor for sure.
No one's Skeletor. I mean, it's Skeletor comparatively speaking. I mean, I still have some muscle, bro. Hey, I'll let these dudes real quick. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yep, for sure. Adonis, what's up, my man?
So, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
My man, you even look bigger, bro. What you been eating between now and the fight?
I'm on a bulk, or I've been on a bulk.
And so, for those who don't know, what does that mean?
Wait, what did you say?
Yeah, for those who don't know, what does that mean when you say you're on a bulk? Like, what are you bulking for?
I've been gaining weight for trying to. I started at I think like 175, 195 right now. The goal is like 210. And then I'm going to go down to 190. Why?
Yeah.
Just to get bigger.
Just to max out.
Yeah.
If Diesel wants to know, are you taking creatine?
Creatine? Yeah, I'm taking creatine, protein. What's it called? Aspartic acid. That's like what I think that's what it's called. It's like ADD. It's supposed to increase your fertility, naturally increase your testosterone.
So creatine, huh?
Creatine?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got the
stack.
creatine.
What's the stack? Be honest with us.
The stack? Oh, like supplement-wise?
Yeah. He said supplement-wise. Yeah. Well, we know it's test, of course. It's a TRT. But like, was it Anavar? Is it Tren? Is it Deca? You look like a D-ball guy to me.
A D-ball guy? Oh, that would be nice. I can't afford steroids. I got what's it called? MK677. Do you know what that is?
No.
No.
I don't even know.
The last Mortal Kombat. Is it the last Mortal Kombat?
No. I don't know what it's considered, but it's supposed to make you hungrier and it makes you sleep better. So it makes it easier to gain weight.
Bro, so you coming up to our division, huh? Are you gonna fight at light heavyweight?
No, I'm going back down to 190. I'm already slow.
Oh, you going back to the Maniac world, huh?
I'm gonna stay like heaviest I'll go if I'm gonna fight is like 195, which is what I was last time. Yeah. If I'm gonna fight again, I'll go like to 190, something like that.
So Barroy's
you're gonna be in there with the Maniac and them, yep, like 100 and shit.
So let me ask you, Adonis, how'd you hear about Streetbeefs West Coast?
I watched y'all on YouTube. That's really it. So I didn't think I'd ever like go on Streetbeefs, but I live in California, so I just like looked up like where y'all are from, and it said there was one in Nevada and one in Arizona. And I was leaving California soon, so I was like, this would be fun to do if before I get out of here. And so I saw y'all like the website said go to the Facebook page, so I went to the Facebook page, and then I signed up on one of those posts or whatever. So
Okay, for sure. And then
That's dope.
yeah, and so when you were standing across 8Baby, did you know you were going to fight him beforehand, or did you know as soon as you got called into the cage?
I think they told us like right before the first fight started when they were like making matchups, something like that.
Yeah.
And so what do you think looking
and
at
that'd
him?
be free smoke. Free smoke. Was
Yeah,
just
free
in here.
smoke, for sure.
Yeah, he had the cup on, the gloves ready. He already had the mouth guard in. I was like, dang, this guy's taking it serious.
And had you seen 8Baby fight?
What?
Go ahead, Wero.
No, I was just saying, 8Baby. I watched him fight too. He's got a super slick jab, man. Very slick jab.
Yeah.
And so, what do you think going into the fight?
Going into the fight. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. I didn't really go in expecting anything because I hadn't seen him fight before or anything like that. It was me and him. I knew it'd be fun. I knew it'd be hard. He was faster than I thought though. Like with his left hook, I think that's what it was. He has a good left hook.
Yeah.
So.
Had you fought before? Like
Me?
somewhere else? Yes.
Competitively, no. It's like sparring wise, like yeah, or like I'll do my own thing. It's all self, but not like this.
No.
Okay.
How do you like it?
How was
it? Like how was the overall experience? Like from start to finish.
Experience? Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I liked our ref too. Really, really entertaining.
I can answer that for you.
Was the thought process behind doing push-ups. Get a pump before I fight. get the blood going. I think I got too excited. I don't think I got really excited while we were fighting. So it maybe started as a boxing match in like the first 30 seconds of the fight, and then ended up turning into like a brawl for the like rest of the time because I got excited.
Yeah. Hey, baby, I just want to tell you, you got a mad echo, man. I was trying to figure out how to remove it from you, but it's like it echoes a lot.
I still got it right now.
Yeah.
So when you're talking, it doesn't happen. It's only when your mic is on and we are talking.
Oh, okay.
So when I'm talking, it echoes.
Okay. Should I try to leave and come back?
Yeah, maybe that'll work.
All right, hold on.
So, Donis, are you surprised to see the numbers that your fight is getting?
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was cool. I mean, I thought our fight was entertaining, but it's definitely cool, especially for the West Coast channel. Like, I think it's almost at 100,000 views now in like 3 days. So, I mean,
hey, how much you deadlifting, bro?
deadlift? I don't deadlift.
Yeah, size him up real quick.
I told my hamstring like 8 months ago deadlifting, so I haven't deadlifted since.
Okay, what was it? What's your deadlift PR?
It was 525 before I tore it.
Okay, solid. That's very solid.
But
that's more than solid. That's a lot of fucking weight.
I don't.
That's a lot of.
Dude, it was too much weight. That's why.
Yeah. Just tore that fucking shit right out of there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I plan on being a little smaller next time. It's definitely. I don't know if y'all could tell like watching it. Oh, he disappeared. I don't know if y'all could tell watching it, but I was tired like in the first round, and then I sat down. I got tired in the second round. I was tired in all rounds. I just try not to show it in the first two, and then
that shit does happen.
It's just what happens when you get excited, I guess.
Yeah. Also, nerves. That was your first fight. The nerves are brutal. Like, it's insane. Hey, baby, I'm gonna have to mute you just a little bit, man, and I'll put you on. Like when we ask you a question or you want to say something, I'll put you on. But I gotta mute you because that shit loud too. But the echo's gone, but it's just that announcement. Let me unmute.
What's up?
Okay, you're unmuted, but when it announces, I'm gonna have to.
All right, cool.
So
I'll do it for you, bro. Yep.
Yeah, the nerves, man. So one of the things I like to ask people is how do you deal with those nerves? Because that's a real thing. And then we've seen guys step in the ring and immediately step out and be like, you know what, can't do this. We've seen dudes show up and go, too much for me. And then we've seen guys, like the majority of us, you just figure out a way to deal with it. Adonis, how do you deal with those nerves? Was it push-ups? Did that help? What did you do?
Yeah, I try and I get in my own head, but in a good way. You know, if I feel nervous, like I suffer with anxiety, so like being anxious isn't something I'm not used to. Like I've been dealing with it for a while, so I try and really get in my own head, be my own kind of hype man. I didn't have anybody there with me, so I was like, you know,
Yeah, man.
ups, like do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Just kind of get in my own head, excite myself.
And
Hey, Adonis, bro. You say you got anxiety. My bad. Like, no disrespect. You used the bathroom like 20 times before the fight, bro. Were you like nervous? Like I kept trying to watch you. I was trying to see you like shadow box or some, and yeah.
I was
Yeah, he was watching.
because I was trying to be hydrated for the fight. I was like, man, it's probably gonna be hard for a second. I never been Nevada before, so I drank a crap ton of water. Didn't think it was gonna go through me, and then I get there, like immediately, like I'm texting the group chat, like while I'm in my car. I'm like, anybody know where a bathroom is? I'm like, Somebody's like, no. I'm like, dang. But then the guy let me go use the bathroom. So I was peeing a lot before and after.
They didn't have the porta potty there.
That drive home was not fun because I had to stop at a gas station every like 30 minutes. But it's all good.
Shit, man.
I definitely
What else you notice? Eight baby. What else you notice?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I was.
How did you deal with your nerves? I know you had already done this one time. How do you deal with your nerves?
So I was watching him. I was trying to see like him try to shadow box, see some moves, but you know, he just started doing push-ups and he was like in and out the bathroom. I was like, oh yeah, I think I got him. Like, you know, like I didn't even see him throw a punch at. Like I think I'm cool. You know, like he just all muscles, but you know, he's a lot different than what I expected.
Yeah. So Tank got about 47 people on his list of people to fight here, and just
Oh shit!
Every single person that come on here is like, I think I want to fight that person.
Was he at the?
I think he's just excited to get back in there.
Yeah, no. Tank gets excited when he sees other big boys who can pack a punch. He gets super excited. He wants to join in for sure.
Not like too excited though. You know, he doesn't get a boner or anything, but he just gets really excited to fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
Yeah, like regular excited.
And so we run in the back, huh?
Does that say you got a twin, Adonis? Do you have a twin?
I do.
Holy shit! Does he lift too? Please tell me he's
identical.
Please tell me he doesn't lift. He's like 120.
He doesn't. Same weight as me, but he's a few inches taller. He does kickboxing, or well, MMA kickboxing.
Oh, you said fraternal twin. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Is he gonna take a fight?
Yeah, he's wanting to. So I'm hoping he can. So at least I have someone there. But he wanted to. He thought it was fun.
And you know, I want. My bad, man. I just.
Oh no, you're good.
Sorry, I've been drinking. But no. My question is you showed up by yourself.
Yeah, that part, man.
What can Streetbeefs West Coast do to make those events a little bit more comfortable for people who show up by themselves? Like, and I'm not saying there was anything wrong or anything done wrong, but I'm just saying what can be done at events. Because I run the Arizona venue, so I just want to make sure, like, I want to make sure that new people, when they show up, they feel comfortable being there, because it's a very uncomfortable thing to do to begin with. You know what I mean? Show up to fight somebody.
Yeah, I don't really have any ideas besides like what they already did, because honestly they did a really good job. Like everybody was like greeting each other before everything even happened. But the biggest thing is they made sure I had a corner, so I didn't have anybody, but they made sure I had like 3 guys in my corner that I at least had to go back to like in between rounds, which is way better than not having anybody.
That's definitely one thing we try to make sure.
Yeah, they also let me FaceTime my brother like during, so.
That's dope. Yeah. Okay. So nothing. We did everything perfect.
I mean, for me, that was enough to make me comfortable. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, man, you guys are cool, man. Like you guys show love from the jump, like newcomer or not. Like everybody welcome for sure. That's how I felt when I first came too.
Yeah, because your first one was out
Yeah.
here in the hot box. So you
Yeah,
know,
like
yeah.
I came in, everybody, you know, like smoking and drinking, but you know, they didn't give me like the weird look or mad dog me. They're just like, oh, what's up, man? Oh, you gonna fight? All right, cool. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's too small of a venue to just be sitting across here mad dogging somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's really hard
yeah,
to mad dog because most of us are just goofy as fuck. It's hard to mad
yeah,
dog somebody as goofy as we are, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It
Yep,
really
Hey,
no
is.
baby,
worries.
what's behind the name?
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, they call my city Carson the 8-ball city, so I'm an 8 baby.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
Now
yeah.
we talking about what kind of A-ball we talking about, man?
Nah, so it's an 8-ball because it's in nah, it's an 8-ball because it's in the middle of like every major city in LA. Carson is in between like Long Beach, Compton, Inglewood, everywhere.
We're
Like
talking about
yeah,
all right.
yeah, like cool,
Philly.
yeah, like cool, yeah,
All right,
yeah.
man.
He thought it was the other 8 ball.
I mean, it
Like
could be.
8-ball.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you see how he piqued his interest? He
I know.
heard 8
Yeah.
ball, piqued his interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got excited.
Yeah, I do. Not like a boner or anything, but like a regular excitement.
Yeah. Hey, Adonis, man, I hope you do like sprints, bro. Like, I want to go the distance with you, bro. I want to go like three rounds, maybe you do 4, bro. You know?
Why don't y'all just do 5? Call it 5.
Let's go 5, bro. Whatever you want.
5. Yeah, I mean,
Adonis real as fuck. He's like 5.
5. I'm
Hey, 3 was tough. 3 was tough.
Yeah.
No, I'll definitely be training cardio. I mean,
Yeah.
that was my fault for not training cardio before. I was like,
Uh-huh.
I'm on a bulk. I'm committed. But
Yeah.
my plan's in the end of December, January 1st. So I'll have all of January to hit some cardio. That should be enough.
All right.
Because it's at the end of January, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope this next one's a boxing match too. That's what I'm gonna.
Yeah. Same, bro.
A boxing match.
Yeah.
Again, that's on me. I got excited. So.
Yeah. No, my thing was that my first match wasn't aggressive enough, so I wanted to come in this one more aggressive, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to be more technical this next one.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we fed off.
Yeah.
I think that's why it was entertaining.
Yeah.
It's the 26th.
20s.
Yeah.
Sure? Is it?
I mean, that's what I've heard. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
27.
And Tank is the one giving the date, so I would imagine that's pretty confirmed.
Probably pretty.
Let me ask you this, Adonis: Did you think you had him out in the second round?
In the second round,
Yeah.
If I had gone out the way, maybe. But I was hitting him the whole time. I never saw him he didn't drop. So
it's got to be the 27th. Oh, sorry.
Okay, 27.
He didn't
26.
I mean, and it wasn't like I wasn't landing good shots. Like I was landing some heavy shots. But he didn't drop, so I didn't expect him to drop. I didn't expect that to change. He didn't want to lose. He probably, he didn't want to lose. I could tell. So
yeah.
Not wanting to lose, you're gonna be too stubborn to drop. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I thought maybe I had him hurt, but that was at the end of the round, so you got that entire minute to recoup.
And so let me ask you: were you hurt at any point? Because in the third round, it looked like he hurt you.
He hurt me. No, I'm not gonna say none of his shots hurt. They all hurt, but I don't know if you saw during the 8 count. As soon as I got him to the 8 count, I walked to the fence and put my hands on the cage. I started taking deep breaths. I'm thinking he probably saw that. That's why he came for me. He saw I was tired.
Welcome to John Wayne
I
Airport.
gotta work on bearing.
In order to enhance your safety
I think he definitely saw
and
that
to
I was
avoid
tired. That's
transporting data,
he stepped on it.
closely monitor and control your luggage and packages at all times.
So what's the next? I know it's going to be a rematch, and so let me ask you, what's it going to be like the next time around for both of you?
Next time around, it's gonna be a boxing
enforcement or airport
match. A lot more technical. Still gonna be exciting. Still gonna throw some heavy punches, but we're just kind of trying. I'm gonna try at least to do some more boxing rather than brawling. I saw a lot of comments there's not a single straight punch thrown, so I'm gonna start. Actually, but that's what's happening when you're trying to put all your strength behind a punch. It's always gonna be looping. But I think it was Diesel was commenting on it, talking about how I really need to sit with my punches. I'm gonna practice that more because I was throwing a lot of arm punches, and if I could really just sit down on it, use my hips, I could definitely find something better, land some better shots.
Yeah, no, I noticed. Yeah, I noticed that during the live stream. When we did the live stream, I noticed that you were squaring your feet up. Whenever he charged at you, you were squaring your feet up, and there was like a lot of winging arm punches. But
Yeah,
certainly, I think being able to balance yourself, being able to actually place your feet right, you'll probably have a better delivering system for sure.
Mhm.
But cool. What about you? Hey, baby, how does it go?
My bad, I was waiting for the announcement to stop, but yeah, I want to be more technical, man. I want to use that jab. I barely use my jab and my footwork, man. I need to really work on my footwork again. I mean, it's there, but it could be a lot better. And I'm not gonna I was throwing every shot was a power shot, but this time, man, I'm really gonna work on my cardio so I can throw a lot more set up some good punches,
Yeah. Hey, speaking
Yeah.
of which, man, hey, baby, we talked about both of these guys earlier, Coyote and Prodigy. If you get a chance, look up some of their fights. They're perfect examples of using your jab properly. Throwing it properly with the proper range, and then the follow-up as well. They're perfect examples. You could go watch some of their fights. They're very, very good at utilizing their jabs.
For sure.
You have a great
I gotta
jab,
check it out.
So you get it established, and it's going to do some damage. Yeah.
For sure.
All right, gentlemen. It was a pleasure having y'all on. Shout out your socials. How can I follow y'all?
Man, I don't even do social media, man. I just made some for this. Yeah.
I have social media, but most of it's private. I got like private accounts. Yeah.
Well, shout it out, and then you can pick and choose who gets to follow you.
Yes.
All right.
For all the bad bitches in here right now.
Yeah.
Never mind. Scratch. Edit that out there of the live.
All right, for sure.
Okay, I don't think they're gonna say it.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Well, I appreciate y'all coming on and get to know y'all. Welcome to the community, for sure. Welcome to the community, gentlemen, and looking forward to your next fights.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys, man. I'll see y'all in January.
All right,
yep, for sure.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Later. All right, there we go.
Good shit. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Did we cover all those matchups you wanted to cover?
Well, there is. I'm looking at the ones that there is Mortem versus Battleborn 2 that's up there. There's also your boy Juice versus I think it was I'm trying to remember what that matchup was.
Was it Smokey?
I know I had said it should have been Wama, but I know that Wama hasn't been fully consistent. And so I'm not sure if that will happen. But does anyone know what is KT's weight?
65-ish. He can make 55 though.
Do you think him and your boy Juice would be a good fight?
Yeah. It would be a good fight. Yeah, as long as KT's training. Yeah, because your boy Juice is solid. He cracks. But so does KT when he wants to. So it'd be good
to me, I
think
kind of
KT's a little
love
bigger.
the length.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe he was like 45. Maybe KT. I do think he dropped lately. I don't know. We'd have to ask him.
Okay, there we go. Punches. I can fight for 140 to 155. There we go.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
and so that has to be
them
young
matched
boy.
up. Didn't we have them matched up? Your boy Juice and Punches. I thought we had them matched up at one point in time.
I don't know.
But that is a good fight. I feel like in my mind, I feel like yeah, absolutely.
You know what it is? It's oftentimes. Well, you're also a matchmaker too, so you probably already had it in your head that you were going to match us at some point, and so
I think maybe because I did have punches against a couple of different people. Yeah, I think we've talked about it. Yeah, Punches your boy Juice, and then Diesel and Sad Lee too. I like it. Yeah,
that
and
should
it
be a
depends.
tournament.
I mean, yeah. So, and I know Free Smoke's covered this a couple times, but like out in the smoke ranch, you absolutely have to go through him to get your matchup approved. You have to go through me to get your matchup approved. Me and, you know, when I say me and Free Smoke, I mean me and Free Smoke and all the other admins. It's not like Free Smoke and I don't make final decisions for the most part, you know, here and there, yeah. But bigger fights, it goes to there's a board, kind of a board of directors for Streetbeefs West Coast that we go through for that. But at the hot box, you pretty much, if you want to fight somebody and you guys agree to it, we'll throw it on there. I can't speak for the smoke ranch, but if you want to make your own matchup, like coming in March, two of you really want to fight, you just let me know. As long as it's not just a blatantly stupid matchup, you know, like DTP versus Wama or something like that. You know what I mean? If it's not just a blatantly terrible matchup, we'll set whatever. You know, like we're not, you know, none of us are professionals. Somebody's getting paid. It's a hobby. So we let you guys.
I mean, which to your point, I mean, which to that very point is that, you know, when we look at all the different branches, every branch is run differently. And so the West Coast does have like kind of, we run it by a committee. And so there's a number of folks and so one decision or a matchup isn't determined by one person. Oftentimes there's many people who look at it. And so just know that there is a process. And there are people constantly reviewing what should be done. And a lot of it is for the benefit of the branch, to make sure that we are running it in a way that it's not like one person dominating, making all the decisions for everyone, so that at least you all can have some input and some stake in the future trajectory of the branch.
Yeah, and it's definitely Punches. I don't see why you wouldn't do that right now. You and Little Diesel, like, or sadly, just. I would say pick one and see who can show up when you can show up. Because, I mean, a lot of these matchups, like a lot of the matchups are really based on who can show up to that event that month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. Like, find out who is available. You know, if you're available in January, see who else is available in January. You know, like Diesel just said it right there. He's down with whatever. So, Punches, you and Diesel want to run it here in March. Diesel said he'll be here in March. Yep. You guys want to do that? Let's run it. We're good with it.
Punches, that would be fire for sure. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of heat in that one for sure.
That's a good.
I mean, even Darkness. It is. Yeah, Darkness versus Barefoot Farmer. That's gonna be a good one too.
Good fight too. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I just think that Barefoot. I don't know. I mean, it's from what I've seen, Barefoot Farmer has really clean jiu-jitsu. And Darkness does really well.
Very slick.
Yeah, super slick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know, Darkness won his last one by submission, and he also has some ground game as well. So that actually should be a really good fight. Yeah.
Oh, to what Tank just said, he said we really take everyone's voice into consideration. We do, but you'll hear Free Smoke say it a lot. Like, you don't make your own matchups. I've said it too. Everybody says it. You don't get to make your own matchups. The reason why we have that rule is we don't want the Facebook group to just be filled with people talking shit to people all the time. That's what we don't want, because that's when Facebook starts flagging us and they'll shut the whole group down. So if you can imagine us trying to do all this without some type of public forum like Facebook, it make it very, very complicated. So that's what we don't want it to just boil down to. Everybody just talking shit to everybody and trying to make your own matchups and keeping up with it. If you have somebody you want to fight and you privately jump into somebody's DMs, me, Free Smoke, whoever, and just say, hey, me and this guy want to run it. We'll confirm with the other person, and then we'll make it. For the most part, it's not that serious. But you definitely can't jump out and do it publicly, because a lot of the new guys come in and they see that and they just jump in there and start talking shit to everybody, and then our notifications get filled up from Facebook with alerts saying that people are saying stuff they shouldn't, you know, and they will shut the group down.
And so let me say two things here. And so unless it's a B fight, but even a B fight, again, it gets presented to the committee, and the committee takes a look at it and say, okay, can we actually squash the beef with a fight? Because sometimes these things are too personal, where even if they did fight, it would still escalate. And so then that's where we would probably do another form of intervention. And so, yes, a B fight can potentially do it, but again, it's run by a committee, so we all take a look at it to ensure that this is the best measure moving forward for sure. And then the second thing I was going to say, which I actually just forgot. I'm like, what was I going to say?
If you guys notice, we don't do a whole bunch of beef fights in Street Beefs West Coast. We get those two people and we talk to them first. You know, we jump on a group call or a group chat, because honestly, there's no reason that altercations, like unless somebody's physically put their hands on you or your family, there's no reason that you can't just settle it with words. But if you still want to fight, we run it. You know, that's why most of the time you don't see a whole bunch of them, though. We try to get involved with everybody. Keep it from that. Yeah,
for sure. Man, I'm gonna be racking my mind after the show is done. I'm like, man, I know I wanted to say something, but I totally forgot. But here's some more that coming up. I know the folks, you know, there's Duva versus Escalade, but Duva has to get better. I think he has something with his back. He has some issues with his back. Yeah. And so when he comes back, that should be a good fight. I know there's Tiny Tank versus Baby Brawley. I mean, Tiny Tank has like a whole list of fighters he wants to go after.
Bro, the roster, just tag everybody in Street Beefs West Coast
exactly.
At any weight for Tank. He wants everybody. He wants every bit of smoke he can possibly get.
Yeah.
Even you. He'll fight you, Daniel, if you're not careful, bro. He'll be calling your ass out.
So I know he wants an arm wrestle my brother. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
That's a good point right there. Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw the video. Yeah. You can't just run out there and be like, hey, I'm gonna fight the title holder. You know, we don't do that anymore. A couple of the early days, yeah, but we don't do that anymore. There's a ladder you gotta climb.
And here's the reason why. And it just reminded me what I wanted to say earlier. So before your last event, you know, so for those who are not familiar with the way this works, essentially when you sign up for a fight and you get picked for a fight, you get put in a group chat with all the other fighters so that you can get all the information you need to show up on time, but also to work out all the other logistical things. However, when you do that, when you put a bunch of guys who are fighters who are in the same chat, it starts to go off. And what you notice oftentimes is the trend. It's the younger guys who are snapping at the older guys, the younger guys talking all kind of crap. And so before the hot box event, there was a couple of young guys who were literally calling everyone out. And we love that energy, but as long as it's productive. But what happens is that then they end up, Diesel wasn't supposed to fight that at the hot box. He just kind of went up there. And one of the guys he was barking at was Diesel, and Diesel accepted the match. And then one of the young guys got KO'd viciously by Diesel. And that's one of the things that we said, like, hey, just know you're talking like this. Just know that you're going to have to back it up once you get in that cage.
Yeah.
Now, so not saying that yeah, cough, right?
But yeah, I was going to say, since Diesel already said his name, and I mean, we all know, we saw the video, it was Soldier of God. He caught him. In Soldier of God's defense, that was his, third fight, maybe? And in his first two fights, he did very, very well. Like, I had no plans on putting him up against Diesel, but both of them wanted to fight. And so we approved it and let it happen. Because he did show in two fights before that he was a solid fighter. You know what I mean? Like, he fought Queasy and Flo Dub. And he did very, very well against both guys. So it wasn't, it wasn't one of those things to where I thought, oh, this is an absolute mismatch. And he did touch Diesel. So I think I'm not going to sit here and say Diesel got a lucky punch in. That was a very, very well thrown shot.
For sure.
I don't think many people just go around knocking out Soldier of God like that. You know what I mean? I don't think that happens again anytime soon. You know, he's a solid fighter. He just got caught.
Yeah, and so again, that's why we have processes in place just in case. Like, what we're trying to do is make sure that, you know, we make it as even as possible. Right? These matchups, we don't want unfair fights. We've seen them all over YouTube where you know clearly like this person should not be in the cage with the other person. And the only reason why they took that fight in the first place is because they wanted a spectacular KO for YouTube. And I know the West Coast, we're actually, I mean, for us, we love the KOs. We love those kind of highlights. But again, we're not trying to put someone at a severe disadvantage where we're taking advantage of someone who doesn't know better, right? They're there, they're cocky. And we're like, oh, yeah, let's just feed them to the wolves. I don't think that's us. And I think we try to do a good job of really fairly placing people with someone who we think they can at least be very competitive with.
Yeah, because we do, like you said, we like the KOs, but we want to see them when somebody gets caught. We don't want to see them when you can look from the beginning and be like, oh, that guy's going to knock that guy out. Like, we don't want it to be blatantly obvious. We want that competition to be there at least a little bit, you know?
Yeah, sure. For sure. And then there was also this. Oh, yeah, everyone. So two things I want to address. I know it was BDW versus Prodigy. I know Apex brought that up earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, I think that's a very good fight. And I honestly think that's the fight to make before Prodigy fights Coyote. In my opinion, Prodigy needs 2 more fights before he can challenge Coyote. And one of them is BDW for sure. And I think the first fight he takes is I mean, maybe Compa G, maybe somebody in that weight range with a few more fights than Blanco before he fights BDW, because BDW is a motherfucker. He is a motherfucker. So you can't take him lightly. And I think Prodigy needs another fight, at least one more fight before he jumps into a BDW or Coyote.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
But BDW,
but that is a good fight. That is a good fight. Because BDW, he doesn't care about range. He just doesn't. He will eat 2 or 3 shots and he'll get in there.
Yes.
He will get in there. Your movement and your range, as spectacular as it is for Prodigy's movement and everything like that, BDW won't care. He won't give a fuck.
Yeah. And good point here.
Yep.
We want knockouts that come because someone set it up, not because it obviously was way better than the other opponent. Absolutely. Right. And so couldn't agree more. And then last one, get your thoughts on this. I've actually heard this multiple times. Are you familiar with Crazy Hawaiian from Power Slap?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So for those who are not, he's the super heavyweight champ right there, knocking people out right and left hand. And so he said, I've heard him say it twice, that once he wants to see if he can compete at Streetbeefs West Coast.
Absolutely.
And so if that is the case, if they give him the green light, who do we got? He's a terrier.
I don't know his fight experience. I mean, Power Slap is not fighting. You know what I mean? Not like boxing and full on fighting. It's Power Slap. It's a whole different thing. Like, we call it a fight, and that's fine. But it's not a fight. So I would really need to honestly talk to him and find out who if he's fought before, if he's got any training. If he doesn't have any of that training, then I say any of our heavyweights that want to compete with him. If he does have that training, then I think he needs to fight somebody like DTP or Big Smash, somebody with a skill set. You know what I mean?
But I agree with you. I think here's the thing: if he's willing to take 2 fights, I would say Young and Lavish, and then Big Smash. But if he only has 1 fight, if they're only going to allow him to do 1 fight, I definitely think Big Smash, just because of the way he just throws. I mean, either one would be a good fight, but if we're looking for like KOs, I think him and Big Smash, someone's going to sleep for sure.
Yeah, that's not a bad matchup at all. Yeah, even honestly, I'd even maybe put Dub in there if we got Dub coming back. He was solid too.
Oh,
yeah,
he was.
Boxing.
Yeah. That would. Nasty Native versus Crazy Hawaiian. I would think. Nasty
I don't know
Native
that we ever see Nasty Native. Yeah, I don't think we ever see Nasty Native out here.
You don't think so?
No.
I think he would take
that. Man, that's a busy dude. That's a busy dude. Yeah.
He is busy, but I would say because of the name, because the Crazy Hawaiian has a huge following.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I think he would take it.
MMA, he'd take it. I don't think he'd do it boxing. I don't think he'd come out here to box him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dub. We ain't heard from Dub in a hot minute.
Yeah, he has been missing.
Yeah, the
916. When you coming out, man?
I haven't seen him in here either. He in the live, but I don't see him in the ring in a hot minute. What's he been up to?
I know for sure. We need you back, man.
Yeah.
We need you back.
Yeah.
We need some the big boys.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it, my man. That's it. That's
I think
all
it
got.
is, bro. I was thinking the same thing. It's getting cold sitting out here, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get into bed. Smoke some marijuana, take a couple edibles, watch a movie, maybe play some video games. Might play some video games too. Yeah, I mean the world is mine right now. I ain't got no job. I ain't got shit to do.
Smokey.
I'm gonna get you high today. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. All right, my man.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good to. I made. Oh, okay, there we go.
Oh man, yep. Hey, let's do a show again here in a couple weeks, and we'll have 916 on. Talk about his return.
For sure. Let's definitely do that. When's the Shark Tank?
Yeah.
Is the next one?
We'll talk about it. So the Shark Tank's got to be whoever gets a Shark Tank. It needs to be determined by the committee. Like we can't, like the two of us, even the three of us with Martin in here, we can't just say, hey, this person's going to get it. That's something that's got to be determined. And the reason is because it's fucking dangerous. Like it's legitimately dangerous. Like we got to make sure that whoever takes that Shark Tank knows what they're getting themselves into. But yeah, we'll make an announcement soon.
Yeah, and Don Draco, I know that I heard you on the podcast that you were recently on, saying that you're going to take on all the heavyweights, man. Looking forward to seeing you in there, man. You had a good showing against Kappa G. Looking forward to see you fight some heavyweights for sure. Yes, and it's Friday, and so we appreciate everyone for joining in. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you always appreciate your support. And for those who don't know, we create merch. So if anyone has seen any of the merch that is showing up at the different fight events, that is our goal, is to make sure that we have Streetbeefs West Coast merch, and not just like sweaters and hats, but actually fight gear. And so we had a rash guard. We just created a rash guard. We created some fight shorts, and we have some other things that we're developing. I don't want to say them because, you never know who's out there trying to beat us to the punch, but we got some other things lined up. Right. And so definitely look forward to the merch. And every time you purchase the merch, just know that everything kind of goes back into the branch, right? You start to see Hall of Fame jackets. You start to see a bunch of other things that, we have our hands in. And so as always, we appreciate, yes, exactly. And so we always got to pay for them up front so that we can get they're shipped to the place. And so again, and we also try to make it affordable. So you just know that, we always have y'all in mind. And so we appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming through. Love y'all. Till the next time we see y'all, make sure you double down on your own commitments to your life.
See you guys later.
Peace.
Wow, man. Shout out to Hard in a Fight. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for?
That's right.